Oh, what's going on, everybody? Here. Welcome back to some Palworld. Today, we're going to be talking about our good, fancy new materials, Hexolite, and the materials that we need for that, Chromite and Hexolite quartz as well. Because I've been getting a ton of questions on this, so I want to talk about it, want to make a video on it, and yeah, just try to kind of go over it, make it easy for you. So hopefully you're having a wonderful day. I'm having a fantastic day. Anyways, you're going to have to be level 56 in order to get this stuff. Now, there's a chance that you can get it from like random drops, random chests, things like that. However, you are either going to need a metal detector or a Smoky's harness. And I want to show you the difference between these two and like how these two function. I think my personal favorite is actually Smoky's harness, but we'll get into that in just a minute. So yeah, thanks again for coming out. Anyways, what is Hexolite? Hexolite is basically the new resource. I'm gonna have to have somebody fighting while we do this. Hexolite is our fancy new like ingot, essentially, which we're gonna use for all kinds of things, making our new armor, making our new weapons, things like that. So you're gonna want it, you're gonna need it. The only way to refine it is actually through the gigantic furnace. So basically, this is completely locked until 56. Let's just assume that's locked to 56. You can't do anything about it, and that's how it is. So my preferred method of going around and getting Hexolite, the actual Hexolite quartz is actually really easy to get. It's just these giant crystal rocks right here, and you can find these all over the new island. They're super easy to get. You can use your favorite pal to mine them. There's nothing crazy. You can use dig toys. You can use your astagon. You can use whatever you want. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. With the new pickaxe and the new axe, I think it's just faster just to mine it yourself, honestly. But you know, either way. So hold on. Let me go ahead and let me just harvest some of this real quick and kind of give you an idea of what this stuff is. I love that everybody has to be fighting in the background. It's just absolutely fantastic. But as you can see, you can just harvest it super easy. Each one of these nodes for me gives me 40. I don't believe I have any resources or anything, you know, modifications turned up on that. So it's probably going to be 40 for you, 40 for everybody. It is 40 for the pals as well, except for unless you have pals that are like, you know, going to increase drop rates or anything like that. So but that's the Hexolite quartz. And you know what's actually funny is that is probably the material you're going to need the most of, because the actual Hexolite requires 12 Hexolite quartz and only 5 of the Chromite. So Chromite is the thing that everybody's been asking about, and where to get it, how to farm it, stuff like that. There's no really like way to farm it right now. However, I found the easiest way to get it is honestly through the new dungeons. So I'm over here in the new area, and we have a dungeon right here. We're gonna hop in here, check it out, and like I said, we're gonna check out the new Smoky's harness, and we're gonna talk about the new metal detector as well, and the difference between the two, and yeah, so on and so forth. So let's go ahead, let's hop into here. I absolutely love these new dungeons. I think they look absolutely amazing. And we're gonna just hop into a room. Now, every room, I do believe, has some Chromite in it. Has like a Chromite spawn, and I'll show you what that looks like here in just a second. Okay. Oh, look at that. Wonderful. Thank you for Tyrannosaurus for stopping me. So I like to clear everything out first. Have your favorite pal do all the clearing for you, and it's done. Okay. So we have two options here. Now, if you're using a Smoky, I am poisoned currently. If you're using a Smoky, I keep calling it a little Smoky, you have to have a Smoky in your inventory, and you have to make a harness. So that's one way. The other way, like I said, is using a metal detector. So I'm actually going to go ahead and swap out. Let's swap out our grappling gun with a metal detector. And the metal detector is going to ping around like this, and it's going to ping like faster and faster until you get to the area that it's actually like buried at, which is, now I'm not even sure where it's at. Oh, it's right here. So there it is. So it gets faster and faster and faster until it actually shows up on the thing for you. Now, in order to mine this, you're just gonna mine it yourself. Super easy. And we'll go ahead and see how much Chromite we get from this deposit right here. So we got 50 from that, which isn't bad considering you only need 5 per ingot. So that's 10 ingots worth right there. This is why I'm saying you're gonna need the Hexolite quartz more than anything. However, I honestly think the better option is actually using the Smoky. Using Smoky, I think this is my preferred option, and there's a couple reasons for that. One is you don't actually have to. Oh, look at there's Smokies right there. You don't actually have to go and find the node. Like the metal detector, you have to get close. You kind of have to find it, and then it'll pull up. Smoky will just identify it for you. Smoky will just mark it. If it's there, he'll mark it. And I'll show you here in just a second. We'll go to the next room and we'll figure this one out. Oh, it looks like there's a whole bunch of pals in here. All right, so the room has been cleared. We're gonna bring out Smokey here. Now, Smokey, like I said, there's a catch-22 here. You have to use its ability, dig dog dig, and he's gonna put a ping out. Oh my gosh, look at that. There's one literally right here and right there. So that right there, that's already one benefit. The other benefit is I believe that Smokey, the nodes that Smokey uncovers actually drop more. So as you can see, we got 100 from that one. And I believe we're probably gonna get 100 from this one. Whereas the metal detector only gives you 50. Now, I believe the trade-off here is, there's a couple things. The trade-off is one, Smokey is in your party, so Smokey takes up a party spot. And Smokey also has to be out, and you have to ping it. You can't just like have the metal detector out all the time. So where a lot of people like the metal detector is actually, if I go ahead and grab it, this isn't a super great example, but you can actually hop on a ground mount with the metal detector and run around. So if you don't want to do the dungeons and you want to just run around outside, you can. I'm going to tell you right now, it is way faster just to hop into a dungeon, clear a room, and just grab a Smokey or somebody. I honestly think Smokey is the better option of the two. So, but yeah, there you have that. Well, I'm going to run through. I'm going to finish this dungeon off, and you can get quite a bit of materials, quite a bit of Chromite just from like finishing one dungeon. It's kind of crazy. All right, so anyways, I ended this dungeon with a total of 400 Chromite. It can be more, it can be less, depending on how many rooms and stuff you have. I didn't have very many rooms. This was a very small dungeon. So once you have your Chromite and your Hexolite, you're going to need your large furnace. Like I said, everything is unlocked to the same level, or your gigantic furnace, sorry. And what's nice about this is that you can queue up a single item. So we're going to queue up Hexolite. I'm going to queue up as much as I can. I need Hexolite quartz more than anything. So like I said, you're probably going to end up needing Hexolite quartz more than Chromite. Chromite is like, you just have to run, like if you run a dungeon, go get some, you'll probably need more quartz anyways. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to start 40. We're gonna start production on that. And what's nice about this furnace is that you can have 4 pals working on it. Now you can't queue up multiple items, you can only queue up one. However, all 4 pals will work on that one item at the same time. So you'll be getting your ingots or whatever much faster than you would by using an electric furnace. So this is really nice. This has sped up a lot of stuff. Now, like I said, it does use up to 4 pals. Obviously having, higher tier pals with artisan and all that stuff, that's ideal. That's, to get your stuff smelted a little bit faster, but that's how you get Hexolite. Now, in my opinion, honestly, Hexolite, I honestly think Hexolite is easier to get than Plasteel. Plasteel is still kind of a slog. Now, there is the upgrade with it, so you can get it up to 60% faster, extracted faster, but Hexolite, much, much easier. Now, with the Hexolite, you can do all kinds of things. I haven't even actually hit max level yet, but we've got Hexolite armor, we've got, I believe, the beam sword. We've got all kinds of wonderful, fun little things now. We have the exotic sphere, which is pretty cool. So you do have to get Hexolite for that. 1 Hexolite per exotic sphere. But the exotic sphere is the highest level sphere, so that is pretty nice as well. But yeah, there's your Chromite, your Hexolite quartz, your Hexolite. Hopefully you enjoy. Hopefully that helps you a little bit. I got a lot of questions on that. I want to make a relatively quick video on how to find it, and leave a comment. Let me know, what do you prefer? Do you prefer the metal detector or do you prefer Smokey? I prefer Smokey. One, I actually really enjoy Smokey. I think he's really cool. He's like, I mean, come on, black, red, little ghosty dog. It looks pretty cool. So yeah, pretty neat either ways. But thanks again for coming out. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you in the next one.